Hello and welcome, everybody. Another Wednesday. I think it's 8 weeks now. Can it be 2 months? People have been working from home. I realized that at Columbia University and also New York University, they started school from like online classes as of March 11. So March 11 to May 13, yes, it is 8 weeks. So 8 weeks of homeschooling, 8 weeks of different lives. For many of us, times have changed. I hope you're all doing very good. You are all healthy, safe, and safe at home, and also sane. I think that's the main reason why I started those Facebook Live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Hope many can join just to learn, to exchange, and just have 20 minutes of maybe something to listen or just something mindless, mindful, or whatever. So half an hour, 20 minutes with me, listening to me, what's happening in the world. And today I thought I would like to talk a little bit more about a passion project that I have, which is women leadership. I've been blogging for the past 10 years. Mainly it's about traveling, it's about lifelong learning, but what also comes across is certainly the women leadership, very dear to me. And if you read in today's newspapers, women especially will be getting hit very hard. So the unemployment rate is very high in the US and around the world, and who gets hit very hard is women. I feel for everybody who has lost their job. It's not an easy time, but we can get through this all together. If we team up, if we join together, we can get through this. So certainly a huge passion project of me. Reach out if you have some questions. And so I give you two things. So on Saturday, there will be a conference and it's based in the UK. It's called The Fearless. I will be speaking on Take It From the Iron Woman, Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. So I have an hour-long webinar Zoom call and people can join. I will certainly have more information in the comments so you can join us, and maybe there's some other topics that can be of your interest. Certainly leadership has been my topic for a long time and more to come soon. And the other project, another passion project of mine actually is tonight at 6:30 Eastern. Not sure who's gonna join us for the photography show. I see Debbie Sersin is here with us, so she certainly is a pro when it comes to photography. We will all show our pieces tonight in a Zoom call. We've never done that before. I'm super excited. I'm a little nervous because how can I show my pieces? I'm not a pro, I'm not an expert, but certainly I love to take pictures. I love colors, just to say the least. So I took a lot of pictures with the little mermaid we have at home. So come in, chime in. And whoever wants to be part of the photography show, please send me a message before probably 6 o'clock. I'm happy to send you the Zoom link. I don't want to post the Zoom link on the Facebook because I don't know if how safe it is, or maybe somebody could Zoom bomb and just make this photo show not a success. So please reach out to me if you want to participate, and don't be afraid. You don't have to participate. Just watch in the first ever online photography show of the year, of the century, of all the time. So reach out to me to get the Zoom number, and you can chime in tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, so what else? So I want to talk today about women leadership, my passion project. I was talking to somebody yesterday and she says, I don't know what my hobbies are. I get nervous when people ask me that question. And I was like, how can that be? I guess I have so many things in my head, maybe a little crazy. I don't know what people think, but I feel like if somebody's asking me about hobbies, I have at least 10 things that I can talk about, like the sports, the reading, the art, meeting with friends, having a coffee, exchanging ideas, exchanging business ideas, talking about travels. I mean, you name it, we have it. So I couldn't understand, or I couldn't follow her thought process. Even though she was a very bubbly person, maybe she needs a little more time to make a list what is really happening in her world. So that was another kind of like a point why I thought, like, let's talk about women leadership and inspiring each other. I am sharing today 4 quotes that I have found just recently, and I'm actually wearing the Madonna shirt, so I don't know, something is happening today. I think we need to speak up, we need to step up, and we know from Sheryl Sandberg, the COO of Facebook, she wrote the book Lean In, and her quote is, "What would you do if you were not afraid?" What would you do if you were not afraid? And my question is, like, what are you afraid of? I mean, yes, I'm a little afraid to show my pictures tonight. What will people think? Well, but then I also have to say, well, I took those pictures, I had fun. That's what we hear from the photography professor. If you have fun, the light is there, the light is inviting you to take a picture. Don't be afraid. So Sheryl Sandberg, check out what she has to offer. Her organization, her nonprofit organization, is actually a global organization. It's uniting women, Lean In, and they have chapters around the world. She has a TED Talk, actually 2 TED Talks. If you're interested in that topic, check her out. She says women need to have a seat at the table. Women need to have their hands up if there is, let's say, a conference and somebody says, any other questions? So there might be 10 hands up, 7 men and 3 women, and they say, we'll have only 2 more questions. She says she has seen many times that those 3 women, they take their hands down and think like, well, probably my question is not so important. No, on the contrary, have your hand up, keep your hand up, and dare to ask that question. So don't be afraid, step up, lean in. And somebody once said, leaning in is not enough. We need to stand up as women. So what would you do if you were not afraid? Come up with a hobby that you have. Do something special. Start a passion project. I like that word, passion project. What are you passionate about? I'm sure there's many things. I, for example, would love to start collaging. So take my pictures and whatever I can find, put a collage together. I had a little glimpse in putting collages together in January, actually at my writer's retreat. And I will have a blog this Friday talking about my writer's retreat. So check in on Friday. I will post a link on my blog, on the Facebook page, so you can see how something different can inspire you. And what I also learned from the photography class is if you're creative in one way, so let's say me writing a blog, then photography or anything other creative comes much easier. Yeah, I love to write, and then sometimes with the writing, what is it that keeps me going? It's the curiosity, it's the learning new things and writing and talking about something else. I have had a blog almost like now 10 years. This is my 10th year writing, and I'm coming up on 500 blogs. I didn't realize, but this week is 495 coming out. So in 5 weeks, I have 500 blogs. Many hours of writing, but the writing for me is like my meditation. I don't have to talk to anybody. Everybody is quiet around me because I'm writing. I'm like, I need to write my blog now. This is my time. So I create that me time. What do you do for yourself? We all need some quiet times. I know for Mother's Day, somebody said, I was able to go to the beach and this was my quiet time. This was my quality time. Do not underestimate that you need some quality time for yourself and to yourself. So create that quality time for yourself. In my today's podcast with the professor of Columbia University, he's the chair for the coaching certification program, Terence Malpia. He said he actually is taking more time for personal development now because he can schedule like half an hour or even an hour listening to a podcast that is of interest to him. He would have never done that in the office. I thought that was a very interesting learning, that even a professor who you think he has all the answers is listening to other podcasts or webinars that are being offered now. So what would you do if you were not afraid? Let's get to the second quote that I looked up today, and it is from Mother Teresa. I'm reading it. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. How beautiful is that? So I think kind words can be just a little thank you. And a thank you goes a very long way. Or a please. Thank you so much what you have done for me. I appreciate your help. These are short words, kind words. Make sure you have them in your vocabulary. And last week or the week before, I mentioned when you're asking questions, sometimes the why question is not the best question because you're almost accusing a person. Why haven't you done this? What about this? What about that? Why haven't you done this? So kind words can be short and easy to speak. Thank you, Mother Teresa. She certainly inspired many people. She came from very humble beginnings and touched many people around the globe. Who else do I have in my top 4 quotes? I think it's Madonna because I'm wearing her shirt. It's a lot of people are afraid to say what they want. That's why they don't get what they want. Isn't that a powerful quote of hers that we need to have in our head and heart? A lot of people are afraid to say what they want. That's exactly why they don't get what they want. So if you really want something, please say it. Say it out loud. Say it in kind words. Maybe you have it in your head. One tip that I can give to you is write it down. Even if it's a secret, if it's a dream, write it down, maybe put it in a drawer, and a few months later you might find it and you're like, really, I should have said that. I should have said that maybe months ago. So a lot of people are afraid to say what they want, and that's why they don't get what they want. Put that in writing. Put that in your head and in your mind and in your heart and work on that. So we all should say what we want, be clear. Remember, when you go to the supermarket or shopping mall, you have a list what you need. So you are specific. You are you are specific of what you need. You don't have on your list what you don't need. That's exactly what Madonna says, right? So if you're afraid to say what you want, then you don't get what you want. But if you put it on your list, on your wish list, then you will get it. So you manifest it, as Eckhart Tolle said it, you manifest it and voila, it will come to fruition. I remember a few years ago, I put my intention, goals or dreams for the next year, and I put it in a book, and I forgot about it. And when I picked up that book a few years later, this little piece of paper came out, and I was like, oh, this is exciting. So it says, have a coaching business, write a book. And I was like, oh, I almost got goosebumps seeing that I actually achieved what I wrote down. So you see, there is a connection between having a thought, having a dream, writing it down, and then put it somewhere. You can also send an email to yourself. I will look for that site. I think it's called Send an Email to Yourself, something along those lines. And you can actually time it. So let's say you want to have a positive message being sent to yourself in July. That message will arrive in July. So don't underestimate what the power of messages are. And again, in our writing retreat, we created a little card, we wrote a little poem on it, and then we sent it to ourselves. So this was so beautiful. After a month or two, sometimes we forget. We go to a seminar, we go to a conference, and we're on such a high, and then we go back into our daily lives. We forget of what we have done. So then 2 months later, you get that beautiful card. You're like, oh yeah. You get back into what happened, the excitement that you have, and also the appreciation that you had when you were in a retreat, in a writer's retreat. So check actually on Friday again for my blog, where I talk more about the writer's retreat. And certainly now you can take any retreat online. There's many great offerings. Why not do something for yourself? As I said, take the time, do some self-development, do it now, and do something that you love. So it's about a passion project that you can invite now. So ask the universe, manifest it, use it to your advantage. And maybe you can also lift up somebody. As I said a few weeks ago, when I spoke to Jan Sommers, the poet and photographer, he is now producing a poem every day. On Facebook, we can get his energy, his good energy, with his poems every single day. And what I think is actually cool, he's inviting his people that he has, his friends from around the world, and everybody gives him a word or two, and he puts that poem together. So what can you do? I posted all those 4 quotes just before we had the Facebook Live. So I thought that was an invitation. If it speaks to you to hear about Sheryl Sandberg, Mother Teresa, or Madonna, why not? Today is a talk about women leadership. And you might wonder, what is now the 4th quote? I love Lady Gaga. And she says, we have to be unique and different and shine in your own way. How cool is that, right? We have to be unique and different and shine in your own way. Certainly she's shining in her own way. And she has a new album coming out as of May 29th. I just found out. I was on her website, and check out the video. She's really cool. So she's certainly a role model for many. She's a little eccentric, to say the least, probably. She is out there, but if you are quiet, if you don't voice what you want to say or what you want, you will not get it. Lady Gaga does it. Maybe she does it for all of us. She's out there. She speaks her mind. She has a big voice and also a beautiful voice. Remember when she was singing at the Oscars? That performance was just magnificent. She has some superpower. Check out her videos. They're just phenomenal. So between Lady Gaga, Madonna, Sheryl Sandberg, and Mother Teresa, I don't know, who is your favorite? Who is your role model that you look up to, that you learn from, and also that you follow? So certainly all of them have something very prominent to say, very deep. We have to go deeper. So we have to be unique, different, and shine in your own way. What I learned from the chief marketing officer of the Swiss watch, he said you have to be unique, different first, and phenomenal. So if you want to have a great marketing message, it's about being unique, different first, and phenomenal. So what is it that you have to offer? Empower somebody else, have the kind words, reach out to somebody, be kind to yourself, have a passion project. Certainly I have a few. I don't stop with just one. And what I also want to say with this photography class, initially the photography class was named street photography. Now you might wonder, these days we cannot go into the street and take pictures of people. Well, we might, but it's not safe. So what we did is we took pictures of whatever is inside your house. Why not, right? Look around. There is beauty everywhere. So to sum up, my passion project is the photography, certainly the writing, and also the women leadership and empowerment of women. We have to support each other, we have to be kind to each other, and we have to be nice to each other. So tonight is the photography show, 8:30 p.m. Eastern to, no, it's 6:30, sorry, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Then I have a new podcast on Wednesday. Today is the talk with the professor of the Columbia coaching program. He also added saxophone half an hour every day. He let that dormant for 30 years. Isn't that beautiful? So all of a sudden that saxophone, the music is in his life again. And he says, because it's so totally different, he really needs that as a yin and yang in his day-to-day, when he's always on calls or Zoom meetings, when teaching now online and also working from home. So do something totally different, and that gives you more energy. So for me, it's that taking the pictures. So Monday we have a podcast. We had Li Ki Tang from Paris with us, the marathon runner, and also a businesswoman. Wednesday we have Facebook Live and also a podcast with Dr. Terence Malpia. And Friday is the blog reflection of my writer's retreat. Is that enough for today? I think so. So again, Lady Gaga says we have to be unique and different and shine in your own way. So keep shining, keep saying what you want. Good luck, and let me know what your passion project is. Until next week, bye-bye. Thank you.